Well, we just got outplayed, outfought. I'm disappointed. We consistently have guys in big games that don't show up to play, and I've tried just about everything that I know to resolve that, and it hasn't worked yet. But that was a real disappointing effort on our part, a disappointing defensive effort, so it's my responsibility to get it fixed, and I didn't apparently do a good job of getting them ready to play this game. So I have to figure out what I did wrong first, and then see what I can do about the other stuff.
You see or have an explanation or reason behind the lack of offensive rebounding struggles there?
Tonight or in general?
Tonight specifically.
No.
Has it been a problem though that concerned you that really then became a big issue tonight? Or?
We're not a great offensive rebounder, and we got a couple of guys that will get offensive rebounds, but they didn't get them tonight. And we didn't. You know, the foul trouble probably had something to do with that, because you're a little more hesitant to go be aggressive on the boards when you're already kind of strapped with fouls, and so I'm sure that had something to do with our lack of effort to get to the boards.
When you have a guy on the other side getting 36, and obviously you're not asking for any of your guys to get 36, but do you have to have one of those special nights, 20+ points from one of your guys?
You know, it's kind of, well, it's a joke for me to look down here and look at our three-point shooting, because it wasn't, you know, what we made our last three. So when the game was on, we didn't make, you know, the numbers look good at the end, but we didn't make them when the game was on. So, you know, shooters are supposed to shoot. When they don't shoot, they don't. You know, it doesn't. I thought Wade was probably the only guy on our team that played the game the way it needed to be played to win. And other than that, I didn't feel like we had another single guy that played in a fashion that would allow us to win the game.
Kevin, you mentioned your defense. LSU's defense in the first half. Did they do anything that you hadn't seen them do?
Not really. We just were ball holding a little bit more than usual, but again, everything, all of the problems began with the foul problems, with foul trouble. That's when all the problems began, because now all of a sudden, you know, our bench wasn't great, and then now we're in some makeshift lineups, and so now we've got to go to some secondary offensive stuff that we're not, you know. So it was just bad. As soon as Jeff and Damian got in foul trouble, then we were again just sort of holding on. So by in the first half, we were sort of lucky just to be where we were at.
I was going to say, for 35, 40 minutes, or excuse me, 25, 30 minutes, you guys were close, or if not in front a bunch. I mean, did you feel like you were gonna settle in at any point?
Not really. I mean, there just weren't enough guys that were playing the way we needed them to play in order for us to win. And like I said, I can count one, and I don't care how many points people scored or anything like that. I mean, just in terms of playing the way we need to play to win. And we have to embrace things a little better when they get hard. And I'm not sure that's something that we do particularly well yet. We have to embrace things when they get hard.
You tried different things with Simmons, or you determined to not let him disrupt your defensive plan?
No, we tried different things. Not very successfully, but honestly, it didn't matter what we did because we didn't do it hard enough or well enough. And so we would go from one thing that didn't work to another thing that didn't work to another thing that didn't work. And when you don't, when you don't go at it with the kind of intensity and passion that needs to be gone after, then it doesn't matter what you do. So it doesn't matter.
I know we've kind of asked this in different ways recently, but if you have Luke, is he the matchup for Simmons most likely?
Probably not.
No.
Maybe. I mean, he would have been better than anybody else we had tonight, but I'm not saying that would have made any difference.
The turnovers, did you see a common theme with what went wrong there?
Well, we're behind the 8 ball when we have the post players turn the ball over 9 times. So, you know, when your post players turn it over actually 10 times, then that's, you know, you're gonna have a high turnover night. Your guards can't just have 0. So usually not. You can't have 0. But
Last one, guys.
Henderson just put the ball on the floor too much, talking about.
yeah, he just didn't have a good night. Game was fast. It wasn't a good night for him. It was just a hard game, and just a tough night for him.
Kevin, points, 40 points in the paint, and there were like some defensive lapses where guys were getting layups. What type of adjustments have to make with that?
Play harder.
Well,
Yeah, play harder and play with more awareness. Play with more intensity, and maybe practice with it too. Practice before you get to the game, and then that way, you know, when you're doing it in the game, it'll feel just like it did in practice.
Thank you.
Thank you.